running over 18. I think that maybe these little 200 milliamp chargers are really, you know, I'm not saying it's an 18-volt charger, but apparently if you hook it up to something, it's giving more than its rated voltage.
It just depends on the charger. Now the one that I've been using, I've used this one, and it just never gets out of trickle mode. That's one of the problems with it. But I have another one that Sullivan makes for their starter battery, and it's 18 volts. It says 18 volts. That one works pretty good, but it doesn't have a lot of trickle. So I charge it overnight and take it off.
What we're doing, we're trying to order this battery for my starter. My battery that's in my
200 is
on my toolbox is shot.
slightly more.
So we're going to get a battery from P&B Associates, box 22054, Waco, Texas 76702. Here's the magic to getting more work out of Les Demet per hour is coffee them up. What are you doing now? Pulling the rods out?
Trading rods.
Oh, okay.
These are mine. I'm taking them home. I'm putting Richard's in.
Oh, okay.
We built this in my house, so that's how my rods got in his wing.
And you use this as aluminum tubing?
It is just straight aluminum tubing.
Okay. How much different than a Mustang wing is this? Bigger, smaller, same?
Nominally the same.
I mean, when you're designing this plane, you basically, it's a Mustang with cosmetic changes. The wing I'm talking about.
Gosh, that's really hard to say.
This is nice. I saw this in Stunt News. That's a good idea.
You read Stunt News much?
Now Les is doing some more work on the with the little logos and things for the rough draft. This is just a rough draft. This is for Rich's the stunt ship that isn't painted yet, the Maverick. Got all his graphic work kind of laid out. Now what's nice about doing it this way, Richard printed these out on a computer and you can say, do I like it there, do I like it here, here, before you go and put them on a plane. And Richard's going to make these out of decal paper and just basically get them on that way. I'm going to try to get him to tell me some of the tricks he had. Oh, the decal set. You had to put them on with, Rich, what did you say? Use decal set? When you do the decals, you put a decal, what's that product? It's the model railroad stuff from Walthers.
Salvaset.
Salvaset. This is what they use in model railroad. It sets the decal, sets it down into every crevice.
And also Microset.
And which
Just
is
a different brand, kind of does the same thing.
Same thing. This is Salvaset.
Yeah.
I've used this before. This is good stuff. And that lets the decal, like on a model railroad, go over the rivets and over the all the little details. That's going to be a nice paint job.
It almost kind of turns the decal into paint and dissolves it on.
Okay, right. Rich is going to make a little demonstration of how he makes the gear legs that he's been using for years. I guess years. Years is the right word?
Gear covered.
Little view of the cowling. 6 bolts holding it on. Nice rigid assembly. All of the seams that mate together are plywood. Nice and solid.
just because I got tired of things, high traffic areas, wearing out, scratching, breaking the paint.
Yep.
Haven't touched it up, so I went to all the extra effort.
There's no doubt the first part on a plane that wears out is the cowling. The second part is the fuselage. The wings last forever, tails last forever, but
These are easy to do. These are a little more difficult, but this is where it moves the most.
Yep.
So I needed to nail that down, even though I've been using pins to pin it in and do other things. But that's
you want something rigid there with some bite.
I want it rigid, and then actually I did these two and this one, but then I noticed that this would move around. So I said, well, I better nail it down there too, so that if you run your finger across there, it's a flush joint.
Right.
Even though that might move a little bit. So then this is just to also give it the rigidity,
Right.
so that it
Acts
doesn't
like
want
a
to move
former,
around,
like a rib.
and it won't be in the car,
Yeah,
get
set.
hot, change. But
Yep.
what I do here is this is just a brass insert,
Uh-huh.
and I mix up some Cavasil and 5-minute epoxy.
Okay.
And what I do is when I set this on here, I put the screw through here, and I put a little piece of wax paper right here, and then I screw this on,
Okay.
and then I set it in there with
And it sets the nuts.
it with all the
Oh.
with the thick glue,
Right.
which won't move around.
Right.
So
Excellent.
Yeah,
And this one here, you can just set and then grind it off.
yeah, I put a big hole in there, and I screw it down to this so it'll be straight and square with this. Push it down in there, and all the stuff oozes out. But I have wax paper between this and that,
Right.
and then it just mates itself perfectly straight. Then I don't have to worry about alignment and all the other Mickey Mouse stuff. So same back here. So
Then you can just build up a little fillet of that material around here. I
and see when
assume.
and since
In fact, I
it's-
see it dripping down, so obviously
Yeah.
that's how you did
and
it.
then a lot of times I come back in here, I'll clean the glue up. You can see I ground that.
Yeah,
around.
oh yeah, you can
But it
finish
just
it up.
it glues it in perfect alignment where
Yep.
you're not trying to line everything up. But
Yeah, that's a
Do
good
you
that's
put
a good
anything
little
in
tip.
in the threads of the inserts before you glue them?
drop
Drop oil.
A drop of oil.
Okay.
I put one drop of oil and I screw the
Screw it in,
insert up
right.
on, and then it's its own release, and then the wax paper keeps the two pieces from sticking together.
That's
Saran
nice.
wrap will do the same thing.
Sure, nice system.
And so then all of those line up. But there's no plywood in here, but the tank has to come out. That's why this is cut out. The tank has to come out this way,
Okay, out the back.
out the back. But I didn't want to lose this rigidity by cutting into these.
Oh,
things.
yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
just
It's a good place to have
that's
the
just
rails.
spruce
Yeah.
glued to the side there.
Spruce is nice for that, yeah.
And it's lightweight, and it
And you've
CA
already
sticks to it.
predetermined what the tank shim on this guy is going to be, or you're very close. You don't need
Very
to make
close.
you don't need to make a thing. And what is the 8-ounce tank just fit in there?
8 ounce just barely squeezes in.
Okay.
And I hold it with Velcro. I glue Velcro here and I glue Velcro here. When the tank's down, I just strap
Okay.
it across. So then if I'm shimming it, all I'm shimming is with
Right.
wedges here, and the Velcro adjusts. So,
Casminato and Paul Winter both did that, if I remember
Mm-hmm.
right.
Okay. What's the width of F2?
whatever an 8 ounce tank is.
Okay.
That's how it's determined.
Right.
Before, this is one of the ones I did not have. I used half by half to get the right size. I didn't have half by half, so this crutch
Right.
has plywood on the outside of it to get the width.
To get the width.
Okay.
So to push it out so the
Right.
tank would fit.
Right.
I have half by half, but at the time I was making this, when I was in the
You didn't
mood, I
have
was
it,
cutting.
right.
I just went ahead and made it and just widened it out.
Okay.
One of the fillers that I have found that works super good is the Elmer's wood filler, Carpenter Interior wood filler. Stuff works good, sands good, dries fast, soaks up CA for hardening. It's almost
Right,
like working with
right.
balsa wood.
Right.
It even looks like balsa wood.
Yeah, it's brown. Yeah, I've used that. That's good
So and then you get it at any Home Depot, but
Right.
this whole ring in here, I just mush it in there.
Build a ring with it, soak
Yeah,
it with NCA to harden it up,
just-
fuel proof it.
Yeah, and it's
Oh,
It's
amazing. Okay.
That's a nice deal. I like that.
you just
Yeah.
and you wet your finger with water.
Yep.
And
Just
just
wipe
mold
it
it.
out, right?
Right. Good,
Yeah.
good little tip there.
You can get this stuff anywhere. It also comes in a tube. You can squeeze tube. I'll show you that. It's you can-
You need another cup of coffee, Les? You look like you're slowing
Please.
down here.
Yeah, right.
There you go.
Same thing in the tube. So
Okay.
if you need to squeeze
Elmer's-
it into something.
Elmer's Carpenter's wood filler. How about that?
Yeah, that's a good tip.
Any Home Depot, Lowe's, they're everywhere.
How's our drawing coming? Ooh, nice.
That's coming all right.
Very nice.
I bend my wire
Okay.
and I cut my gear well cover. It doesn't need to be much because the strength and the stiffness is going to come for when we put it on here.
Right.
So that's fairly stiff even just holding it up against it. But every hobby shop's got a K&S brass display. And this is just thin brass.
What thickness?
I don't know. Let's measure it. My vernier, my calipers.
I saw them here somewhere.
Yeah, it's thin. It's
No, I
thicker than
understand.
Oh, here they are.
thicker than 10, probably like 15 or
It's like
something.
15 or 20. 15. It's 15.
Hmm.
So this is 1 inch wide, I think. It looks like.
Yeah, they're always the K&S displays. Every hobby shop's
Yeah,
got
the
them.
strips. And I'm going to make 2. So I cut them oversized because I'll trim them later. Now what I want this to do is I want this to perfectly form around this wire, which is very easy to do. All it takes is a vise with the wire
I'd hammer in.
plus a little. Set this on top of here.
And beat it into
Just
submission.
beat it in. Now, perfectly formed
Is that fast
a
enough for you?
connection plate. Now, I do test because if you cut it too small and you don't get it lined up just right, then you can't trim it straight.
It's easier to trim it after you make the bends.
Right. And yeah, I haven't even cut it straight, but I'll trim it up and I'll even do it on the belt sander. I'll round these edges. The sharp edge doesn't ever want to lay down. And it doesn't like gluing and it'll pop up, so I take all those edges and just round them off. These are, I do most of it with a belt sander, but I trim it off. And then I take it over to the belt sander and just round it off. Now this is a little jig that I've made for soldering it on because I want this and this
You want it 90
to be
degrees.
square with
Right.
this, with the axle.
Right.
So this fits in here and this fits in here. So
They're here.
Good grief!
Oh, Jay.
Oh my God, it's Elvis! Oh no, it's
Who left the door
Bill
open?
the Batman Rutherford. Oh my God, look at this. Look at this, Foggy Bottom. And who is this young gentleman?
My grandson Ryan.
Who is this grandson Ryan? Smile for the camera.
Born in a barn.
Born in a barn, right?
I wasn't born in a barn, I was born in a hospital.
Well,
Do you know how lucky you are to have a grandfather like
Still in a
this?
barn.
No.
Do you know how lucky you are to have Grandpa Bill?
No.
He'll put you through college. He'll take you for rides in his RV6.
No, he doesn't.
Fix you up with every hot woman in Texas.
I
Well,
think
2
it'd be more
out of 3 ain't bad.
So much for the video on building landing gear.
Back to landing gear, Oliver.
That's what editing's for.
Oh, edit. We don't edit things. Editing's
So
for
now
Al
this-
Raby.
This little jig, which is very easy to make,
Okay.
you put it on the drill press, drill a straight hole.
Okay.
That's the simple part. And then, let's take it back apart.
Sam,
How'd you make out with that airplane?
All I've done is taken the little pieces of plywood, laid this down, and glue it up against it,
Right.
which keeps that straight. So you can build your jig while you're building all this. Now, this in here has been recessed with a Dremel tool so it fits this.
Right.
I still want this to be back here. You can see how it's larger here.
Right.
That's just where this piece goes. So you won't even slide back and forth. And that's silver soldered. So
I like the use of hammers in modeling.
Then he started going.
How many things do you do that we need a big hammer for? Look at this guy. You'd make a great dentist.
a little bit of silver solder, and it doesn't take much because this is
Now only one? You need one per gear leg? Or?
No, you really need two. My gear are really long. Now what you can get away with is you can make one that's a little longer, and that would probably be fine. But I like one at the bottom and one at the top. And the one at the top, I always make a little smaller because that's lighter.
Yeah, the bottom's taking a beating.
Bottom's taking the beating. So, and it's hidden behind the wheel, so you almost don't even see it.
Yeah, right.
This one you've got to look up to see it, so you can basically hide them. So once we have that soldered on there, which we won't do, since
Well,
everyone
that's self-explanatory.
self-explanatory. And once these are on and they're soldered on straight, then I may do a little bit of sanding to make
Roughing
sure,
it up so the glue
roughing
sticks.
it up and make sure that it's flat. They
Right.
didn't have any buildup of
Right,
solder.
right.
And this must be clean, must be everything off of it, because all we're going to do is glue them on.
But now, okay, if you're using Stay-Brite, you want to deflux it, of course.
You want to deflux to get rid of the acid.
Right.
But this just simply CA's on. CA loves brass. It sticks
Really?
very well to it. And of course it loves the wood. And what I do is I go ahead and primer these, I finish them, I get them painted, whatever you want to do. But at least primered so that you're not trying to sand all down in here
Right,
and
right.
around here. So I go ahead and primer that.
Now another trick that's worth its weight in gold here. I'll add one step to this.
He's bending his hand over.
That plastic that
You get confused.
Oh.
Hand in. Automatically goes
it's the stuff for model railroaders use. That I've been Ed Cotton introduced me to that. That stuff is great. CA sticks to it. No grain, and in the case of white, no paint.
No paint. And that would work just as well.
As another choice, comes in every thickness in the world.
CA sticks well to it,
Right.
and a lot of hobby shops have, but if not, Architectural Design uses it.
Yes, Ed Cotton is the one that gave me that tip. And I don't have the Tiger Cat in here, but it's the gear and a Tiger Cat I made with that stuff.
When I had my hobby shop, I had one of those displays at my hobby
Right,
shop. as
right.
well.
It's for model railroading, I think, really.
And I would make another one that would go
Right.
up here, but I would trim it narrower because I don't need as much up
Right.
here.
Right.
But
87.
then when I've got this primered and or painted and I glue it on, then I go back and paint the whole thing, and then it looks like the one on the red one.
And every
Now, if you wanted to, just as a thought, if you wanted to see what a set of wheel pants would look like before you built the wheel pants, before you glue this permanently on, you could make this piece out of 16th plywood. Go fly the plane and take a look at how does that shape look, or get that all finalized, and then go make your wheel pants. Use that for pattern.
And when the first year I went to Orlando, to Tangerine, we were flying on a runway, but on the back third of the runway it dropped off an inch
Oh,
and was rough.
right.
Everybody was busting their wheel pants, busting their skiers. I said, I'm not going to do that. I went out there and I just ripped these off. When I got home, I sanded it,
Glue them back on.
CA'd them right back on. And
I like that.
so it was kind of one of those things. I didn't want to bust these off in a flight.
Right,
And they say
right.
up, you get a 0 for the flight
Right,
because something
right.
fell off.
Right.
So I just reached over and just pulled them off.
Richard, just a quick question. What would happen if you took 3 or 4 3/32 holes and drilled them in there and
Oh, you could make it look like an aircraft part,
Right,
like on a
exactly.
semi-scale plane. Make it look like it had a little.
well, not only that, you might get a little better bite with a CA that
Yeah, maybe.
fills into the round circle or something.
And it'd be lighter. You know, with these 77s, you got to keep the weight
Yeah, right.
down.
You got to keep the weight down.
Boy, I'll tell you,
Every
hollow
milligram
everything out.
counts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That plane of yours is never going to fly with all that extra weight on it. We added about a gram before.
Guess we better get a 90.
I better get 90.
He stole your water.
He'll give it back in a minute.
That's a good little tip.
Over-
Bill, where's your plane?
Over 55.
Mustang. Got it here?
Yeah, but it's not. Oh,
Let me
you
see
know
it.
what I'm building? No.
Yeah.
He crashed my plane.
Where's your other one? Is your other one here?
Yeah, but it's junk.
Come on, bring it in.
No,
Bring it
You saw it
in.
last year.
Bring it in.
It's not last year.
Bring it in.
This is
He has
not-
bigger
this is-
blisters.
This is for the rest of the world.
This is not for the
Well, that's what I'm
people
afraid of.
fortunate enough. People enough to have fortunate enough to have company and audiences with you. It's for the
That's why I
non.
did my hair,
Yeah,
see?
I know. I could see. You get that
Special.
dead plane off the golf course today?
Yeah.
It's off.
Yeah, I got her off last night.
All right.
We waited till the FA and the.
We watched the news last night thinking we'd see some debacle where you went into a sinkhole or something.
The FAA guy was there and the insurance adjuster was there.
That's
He
a
said,
nice
"How are you
little
going to
view,
get that
that's cute.
airplane on that trailer?" Because it was the fuselage and one wing. We took
Right.
one wing off, we cut the pack of fuselage off. We finally put a come along over an oak tree and jacked it up and drove the trailer under and dropped it.
Ah,
Oh, hope you didn't damage the tree. You're in trouble.
We had to pick up every little piece of fabric.
already practicing for the combat meet here. Just the one. I'll get everything else. Guy's got a pretty good run going there.
Yep.
Some other people here at Scobie Park. Now we're back at Scobie and they're flying combat and they're flying something else, and Al Raby showed up with his beautiful Bearcat. We did a little flap tweak which we're working on right now, and we went about half the amount we have to go. Still need to go a little bit more, but that's what's nice about having that outer flap adjustable. It's a true cat.
Oh, yeah, I remember you saying, yeah.
Well, not exactical.
Lone Star Museum has just got their Bearcat out of the paint shop recently. It was out of Bill's.
Excuse me.
Yeah, but all of those guys hate doing the weather shading on the panel line.
Well, if you did that one, you wouldn't have to do any weathering. It's not weathered.
And it isn't going to get too weather worn sitting inside there.
I'm surprised that's all there is. Usually around Friday they're taking 10 of them.
All that speed though, they do.
It gets up on that nose gear in a big hurry.
of cat power. Tiger cat, bear cat, cat power.
How do you pan? You have a fiberglass under the pan, or it's just? Take it off all the way to the concrete.
And because this is Friday night, the women have promised us when we get back to the hacienda, the Oliver Hacienda, we're going to have a cookout. Now what could be better than that?
Look at here, a wrench.
Finders keepers.
Not with me, you won't.
Shame on us, baby.
Here you go, Les. Found you a wrench. Stuck in the ground.
I throw away better stuff. I can see why
Not,
it's stuck
not
in
if
the
you're
ground.
using it for a stooge.
Oh, yeah, that's
I mean,
true.
it was stuck right down the ground. I bet you somebody was using it as a, a stooge anchor.
The beautiful Bearcat of Al Arabi. The cat. Tiger cats, bear cats. All we need's a wild cat. Wild women and a wild cat. What a combo. at it on the mains, beautiful. Cat power. Cat power. The rundown is on Rich's plane, what we did when we were back at his shop. The elevator horn was a little loose and he had some play. One elevator was flapping up and down and one, I don't know which one was loose, or maybe both. But we drilled little holes in the bottom, put some CA on it, tightened it up, and he noticed immediately on the first flight, plane got more sensitive. Al's been helping him trim the plane, of course. And it shows you how much that plate that was in there might or might not have been affected. I think what Rich is going to do, he said he's going to shorten up the handle a little bit. Some of the things you could do when a plane gets a little too sensitive, shorten up the handle, put the cables closer together, add a little bit of nose weight, move the lead outs back just a tiny bit. All of those things generally give a little more stability. But it looks like we're going to have us a great session here, and it's actually cooled off. It's probably not even 114 degrees now. It's very cool to look across the field and see the two cats, bear cat and tiger cat. This one's for you, Bernie Trent. Gave us a bunch of hats years ago to Baltimore Ravens, one of our favorite teams. And in memory of the late but great A26. Okay, Rich is still working on. Doing some incremental little changes here. We'll have to see by the end of the session how they all worked out. And the problem with a lot of these things that we were doing today, we're basically trying to verify that the Tiger Cat wing is level, but there's a little bumpier than we'd like to do that part of the trim, so we've just been flying through it. In an ideal world, what would happen here is we'd have some, at the end of the day, a time for 1 or 2 flights where you could see if the wing is up or down or not even or whatever. It looks like as we're going on, we've moved that little flap adjuster several times and we're sneaking up on having it right. Hopefully have it right by the time we get the Brodax 2 weeks from now. And I am hot and I am sweaty, and we are all looking forward to a nice barbecue back to house. And boy, the women have just been better than good, better than better. Edie is the ultimate host, and her and Karen have teamed up to make this one of the best flying experiences. And the little tour we had at Galveston, tour of the Air Museum, the Moody Gardens. Just been a spectacular vacation. Just can't thank Rich and Edie enough for having us. And hopefully with these videos we'll get to share a little bit of what it's like to be in Houston. And starting tomorrow, the Memorial Day contest. Weather's supposed to be good. Boy, do I hope they're right. One of the things Rich is working on is changing the geometry of the The Hourglass. So we got quite a bit of footage the first 2 days with the stationary tripod. Been a real big help in evaluating what we want to change.
She died. This last stuff is make contact, you die. I don't mean this in the wrong way, but I don't like the Bearcat better. Because I understand Bearcat's a work in progress. Man, I like the Bearcat.
Okay.
I said, well, if you come to my house tomorrow night, I'll kiss you.
Among other things.
Is there any truth to the rumor that appearance testing is being held at your house?
Cool, Atlantic.
There's another tale that's
The exception is that they're so short that it doesn't really emphasize it on the tires. So close.
That's a good speed limit.
Four-stroke has to carry some speed.
Just ask for a walker. See, now that's got a little tough to see when you get down on the deck. Just imagine the sun is surfing outside and nobody knows where it is.
lawn dart, it doesn't get you anything. Sometimes you lose one.
Witnessing model aviation history right here. Winfred.
What's that?
Now flying the Bearcat.
You're all worthless and weak. You left the gate open.
Oh no, they're all coming in now. Oh no. Oh no. Now we can start the party. The gang's all here.
This is one that was in flying models this month.
Oh, you lucky dog.
Yeah.
You gonna spend all that money this weekend or what?
No, it's just a kid review.
What do you got, 72?
OS 52.
52, okay.
Yeah.
Is your brother coming out?
He's gonna come tomorrow evening.
How's he doing, okay?
He's gotta work tomorrow. Ow!
There's no such thing as a twin engine plane that isn't fun. I got this on a couple of my other videos, those pictures you sent me.
Oh, okay.
Howard Hughes, eat your heart out. Sato 40s, you probably even got Zambelli licking his lips here.
Yeah, there we go.
Now what, did you originally were gonna make this an electric? Is that the deal?
No, that's this is like the, you know, design, prototype, whatever you want to call it, to see if it flies good, to build a little bit bigger one that's twin electric possibly. But how you like my scale gear there?
I love the scale. Yeah, it's the first thing I saw. You had a dedicated picture to it. That was cool as could be. How much does it weigh?
Oh, way too much.
Well, what's way too much?
It's in the 70s, so.
Oh, it's a puppy. Come on, mine's 20 ounces more than that.
But it's only got like 580 square inches.
Well, who told you not to make the wing bigger?
Well, that's kind of my own fault. The landing gear's heavy, the motors are heavy, the paint
Yeah.
is heavy, you know.
But it's cool.
Oh, it flies pretty darn good too. I mean, it's.
Come
I've
on.
only flown it 3 times, but it's got some corner, man.
Come on, that's gotta fly good.
It's got some corner. It's got the big flap in the middle.
You got them taped up, right? Hinge lines are taped?
Not yet. I've only flown it.
I mean, that'll help if the wing is a little on the small side.
Yeah. I still got to fiddle with it some, you know.
Hey, 10 years after you build a plane, I'm still fiddling with mine.
But
That is cool as can be.
Grigsby called me while I was driving down. Said, "Hey, talk to Wendy. Talk to Wendy. And tell him if he'll make the mold, I'll make the plugs for composite fuselages for a little bit bigger one."
What do you mean make the mold? I can make the mold in an hour. It's paying for the mold. You need a couple $100 worth of
We
material.
got a
I'll make all the molds
guy
you
that-
want.
The guy that John does his composite work with, they make like ailerons for real Corsairs and shit like that.
Okay, yeah.
Huge ass shit. The guy's got the full-on 3D CNC, the 3D cutter,
Oh,
where
okay.
you just like take a drawing, like
Yeah.
you had a plan, then you
Right.
can load it in CAD,
Right,
and it cuts the foam and everything out to make the plug out
right.
of,
And you can do halves.
yeah.
Now Midgley
you
just
cut it in half and make a parting plane.
Midgley just did aluminum halves for a Cardinal fuselage.
Yeah.
Works perfect.
See, I want
Couldn't
to
be
do. I
better.
want to do twin electric. You know, with,
Well, these are almost, you can almost do these on a lathe.
yeah,
I thought of a good thing if you don't want to make a plug, a baseball bat.
yeah.
It isn't a whole lot different than and if you get small, wrap it with masking tape and put plaster on it.
Yeah.
Making a mold is not difficult. The plug is the hard
We
part.
just made one. We just made a mold, and we're making carbon fiber hood scoops for Alfa Romeos, from Alfa Romeos.
And especially if it's a hard mold, I mean, just get gel coat and stuff from George Spar and
Yeah. So that is that.
it's making the plug that takes forever.
Well, maybe these guys will let me get a flight in.
Oh, if they don't, they'll be hell to pay. In fact, I'll go put a new tape in the machine so I don't, I only got 1 minute left on this battery. obviously. The sun is setting in the west, and we're just ending up a great session here with Steve Moon, Brad Walker, Al Raby, Rich Oliver, Les Demet. I'm not sure how much longer they're going to fly, but I think everybody will get a flight or two. We're going to then go back and have a little bit of a cookout, barbecue, whatever, at Rich's. So we're back in our den of iniquity waiting for the food to cook. Where's that kitty cat? Uh-oh, there he is.
Allie.
When he upgraded, he got rid of his huge camera he used to have. He'd walk around. Now he's testing.
There's my kitty cat. Grab that cat.
The digital. Going all digital. See if he likes
So what is this, a stud muffin convention out here,
Yes,
damn it?
that's what it is. That's on this side of the table. That side of the table over here is a little bit different.
Look at this fire. The flames are burning. Oh my God. Now there's something you need in Houston, more heat.
He's pulled every dirty trick to
That's what I
me
told
on-
Edie when she
on
says,
this video that he
check
could possibly
check the pilot light on the jacuzzi, because we might want to get in it. And I said, you have a steam bath without getting in the jacuzzi. Now you want a hot
You should
jacuzzi?
throw ice cubes in there.
And
That's
we're-
what I told her.
you know,
Whoop. Look at this. Ah! I've been splashed.
What?
Your pool cleaner's killing me.
Second run's fine.
drive down was just fine. Yeah, totally uneventful.
And today is the profile event. We're going to try to get some of the profiles on. Is that a Brodak? An ARF?
Yeah, it sure is.
Pat Johnston designed Brodak P40.
He's a good man. I don't care what you say about him. They fly good. I've sold a ton of them.
In fact, the Bearcat that I'm going to bring out later is Pat's design.
Bring it out now. What are we waiting for? I'm getting older by the minute.
Where's yours?
It's in the car. You can look at it. It's a day for cats. Anyway, we have action going on everywhere. 2 paved circles, some grass circles down here. They got their combat event going. They've been already flying combat. Brad Walker's plane. We're gonna hopefully help him trim it out. If you look at the top, he's got some pretty neat little kind of ink lining. I'm not sure what that is. We'll get him to do a show and tell later. And the world's best selling profile, the world's best selling profile.
I got 3 of them.
Ah, 3 of them, buy some more, I need the money. Yeah, that's good.
One arc.
Notice the,
One arc
notice
and
the
2 arcs.
signature on the wing, look at that.
I did notice that.
For a mere $10, Wendy will sign your plane. Ah, it's Bill Rutherford. A mere $10, you get your plane autographed. And Bill's beautiful P-51 Mustang.
No, I'm just asking for money. That's
Hey,
me. I wasted all that pretty time.
oh,
Nothing.
Combat U.S. What are you out of the military now, or?
Well, they've been paying me to stay away for over 10 years now. Where you been?
Well, I don't keep up with this. I'm not a personal guy. I'm a modeling guy.
Yeah,
I'm not right movie to the stars.
Yeah, I pretend to be occasionally.
You got one of these guys down here? You the judge fly? What are we
Oh,
gonna
I'm judging today.
do? Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not flying, so we can be friends.
To
You can-
remove all temptation, I left my model at home.
Oh, that's not fair.
Yeah, I know. And I got one of them too.
Cardinal?
Yeah.
That's a good choice. Everybody's got one.
Holy smokes. You see what I see over there?
What's that?
Look at that cardinal.
Where? Not a problem.
Right.
So you're gonna try to get this aligned now? Is that the?
No, I've worked on the ratio, and I'm going to Go ahead and seal the flaps.
Well, when you seal them, make sure they're down completely all the way, of course. You got the
Hold
right.
the tail
You got
up.
the right tape. No, I'll give you a hand. Hold on. You got the right tape. Get a fresh blade. Nice wheels. Are those the Moon wheels or are those race car wheels?
Those are Tetra. Those are Japanese.
But they're originally made for cars. Is that?
No, they come from
Oh, they-
Central Hobbies.
Okay.
They're just Japanese wheels. They're billet aluminum.
Yeah, Midgley had some fancy wheels he paid like 20 bucks for or something.
Yeah, these are like 30 bucks
Oh.
for a set. Yeah, Steve brought some back from Japan. We all thought they were cool. Central Hobbies carries them, the pattern guys, you know?
Yeah, yeah. Now, Ryan, I want to hear this. While Grandpa, Old Man Rutherford's out at the circle, are you going to let me fly this plane before the week's over? I know it's your plane.
It depends on how good you are.
Well, then I don't get to fly it. Man, he's going to the Windy University of Sarcasm here. Man, you're headed for Pampa office, my boy. Get this man a computer. Holy mackerel.
I already have one.
You ought to get on Stuka Stunt and say that Windy doesn't know anything about it, but then everybody does, so what's the... You don't even be clogging up the works. Now here's a man who admits he got $1,000 worth of value out of a $15 video on canopy detailing. But I don't see the $1,000. I don't know what... Maybe I have a long wait at a short pier here, I don't know. Beautifully done. This is Pat Johnson's Bearcat. Looks to me like it's got a Sato in it. The yellow is just sitting out here glowing. That canopy is really setting it off. Absolutely beautiful. I'll know how happy he is when I see the check for $1,000. Talk is cheap.
Well, you didn't let me finish the sentence. I said if I could afford it.
I've heard you got more money than God. I heard God takes out a loan from you.
Your canopy method is the best ever. I'll never use anything else.
I want to see you write it up in Stunt News. Tell it like it is. Now look, here's another one of the Windy Canopy videos here. They're everywhere you want to be. And here I am 2,000 miles from home and my canopy's here. How lucky am I? We're gonna get a cat picture. Anybody who doesn't know, Grumman named all of their fighter planes at one point in time all cats. Wildcat, Bearcat, Tiger Cat. They're known as the Cats.
No, and don't forget the famous mud cat.
The piston-powered Cats. Oh my God, this looks beautiful. That canopy set, without that, if you paint the canopy black, you'd lose a lot of the...
Absolutely.
When you called me that day, or we were emailing or whatever, I said, I looked at the pictures you sent and I said, you gotta have blue on there, and look at how, that was just perfect. And not hard to do, is it? Not a deal breaker.
And what you said in the video
Right.
is dead on, where you say put more black on it than you think you ought.
Right, because as soon as you hit it with clear.
And I did. I thought, oh no, I've ruined it. I put way too much black.
No, I think this is beautiful.
It just turned out.
Now, is this a prototypical paint job? Is there really a Bearcat painted that color, or? I mean, we saw the one in the museum the other day, the blue one with the yellow lettering, the Blue Angels.
In 1948, the Blue Angels were stationed in Corpus Christi Naval Air Station.
Okay.
And they had a Bearcat they painted yellow, it's reverse Navy colors. Where
Okay.
the yellow,
Right.
the yellow's where the blue is where the yellow was.
Gotcha.
And they called it Beetle Bomb after the old Spike Lee
Okay,
movie,
right.
or song.
Right.
And it did the solo for the Blue Angels when they had the Bearcats.
Oh, that's why he's number 0.
Yeah. And then when they went to the Panthers in 1949, 1950, all jets,
Well, you know a lot about this
they
stuff.
liked Beetle Bomb so much, they kept it on
Really?
as one of
As
their-
like their mascot or something?
kind of their mascot, and they flew it from air show to air show for various reasons.
That's
They
what
kept
Richard Oliver keeps me for his mascot. Keeps me for a pet.
it. So it's very unique. It's,
Yeah, I think it looks great. I'm thrilled. I think it looks cool.
Marine flies it too, and we keep them around as pets also.
Now, there's something I've been wanting to do probably all my modeling life, and this is the first model I've ever put it on. And there's a little saying right at the bottom here.
Stand clear, pilot, pedo relief.
Pilot relief.
Ah! Well, you don't want that on the top of the plane.
Not on top, no.
D, I have to congratulate. It really does look nice. And looks nice.
Well, thank you.
We got to get some pictures later when. Bring out the cats.
It's by far my best effort.
Oh, it's super.
Like the engine was a little bit lean.
Yours was?
I'll back it up.
I saw it, but I couldn't hear it. You're still giving me a hard time.
Guys are down here, that's good.
We like coming down here. It's not really as big of a punishment as you think it is.
Yeah.
You talk Gieske into coming up by John and I's house, he could stay with me.
All right, I'm trying to talk him into coming out to the fall when this, you know.
Come up to our fall contest, man. That'd be great.
Well, John wants.
I'll volunteer to keep him in my house. I'll feed him. I'll buy him all the pipe tobacco we can smoke.
John said he wants us to come up so he can cook for us.
Oh, John's got a house now. You know, John's got his own shop.
Yeah.
His own shop? Really?
Oh, yeah. He's renting a house, a real nice house, too.
God, gee. I hate for us to lose him.
Now, is this a bear wing and tail, or is this
Yes.
your own guy? Or?
What?
No, this is one of Randy's Tempest.
A Tempest, okay.
Modified Tempest.
Oh, like Robbie Gruber's
It's
playing.
selective. It's selective here,
I
and of
actually took it
course.
from what's Dale's son's name? Derek.
Derek,
Only here in Houston.
Derek, yeah.
Houston, yeah.
Yeah, it looks nice with the covering. I like the see-through covering. I like that.
Thank you.
When do you finally upgrade your technology on your camera?
I haven't figured out how to use this camera yet.
Yeah.
I'm still playing. I'm like the old taxi driver that had a 55 Chevy. Now you give him a Toyota and he's all confused.
Yes. Yes. Well, they used to build strictly taxis in New York, wasn't it? Wasn't it?
Oh yeah, oh yeah, they're called checkers.
Checkers, that's right.
These birds don't seem that impressed that we're having a contest. Mike Scott from Dallas. One of the people we really enjoy spending some time with. Yeah, we enjoy spending time with everybody here. Everybody's really in a good mood today because it looks like it's going to be a great day. If you look at the clouds in the background, what the weather report said is a good chance of some thunder showers or rain this afternoon, which I hope the weatherman's wrong. It has been really good weather for the whole time we've been here. It's been incredibly good, in fact. comes the sun back out from behind the clouds. Next up is Bill the Batman Rutherford. Hey Rich, what is this, a 65 or a 77? 65. This is a 65 road jet, okay.
He's waiting on a 76. He's called Debbie 3 or 4 times saying, oh, Dub, or the crank, Dub, or the Oh yeah. Not to mention, Dub, until you stop calling me, talk to Rick. What did he come sit on the phone? He used to feel better though, huh? Yeah. He was caught up. Actually, he was touching for now. Yeah.
Bill the Batman. We have him flying over the field in the RV6 a couple of days ago. When we first started our vacation in Houston.
I'm going to take all off that needs to be off. I'm just going to just break this up. As soon as I see it kind of smooth. Oh, well, that didn't work. Let's put another coat. But that's like Bradley. That's just puts me on. I mean, when he jumps on the job, it's not like, this may take a couple hours from that and a couple hours from that.
Looks like the combat guys have already started their stuff on down there. And you can hear the RC planes in the background. Looks like they got quite a group over on the RC field too. See, the real trick in life is to have the accoutrements, but they don't weigh anything.
Yeah.
If you could make hollow things, you know, canopies and blisters and landing gear. I mean, you got 6 wheels on this, right? A 5 wheel, so
Yeah.
just that's some weight right there. But
Those Cavan wheels, they're pretty light. They're not too bad, but it's got a
What
bunch
time
of
is the park closed?
Evidently, just about the time we're leaving. Evidently.
we got locked in last night.
Just before we left is what time the park closed.
And Oliver says, oh, we'll just take our 4-wheel vehicle and drive off.
I gotta tell you something. We were
Windstars are not 4-wheel drive vehicles.
10 or 15 minutes.
He was loving that.
Now we're pondering our fate. But the cop came back. And he was a nice guy. He said, I got my orders. This got a car. He wants to take the clothes if I need. And he opened the Jetta. But he sure
Everybody's taping hinge lines.
You heard about it in Dallas last night?
Seriously, that's the only thing I would change if you were going to make a second one is just a little bit bigger on the wing.
Yeah, well, we're looking at making one, you know, like I was saying, built up.
And it'd be more scale because the scale plane has a big long
It has a
wing.
huge wingspan.
Yeah. It'd be, you could cut the tips away. Well, this is too small, but you could just extend it out 2-3 inches and you'd have a 700-inch wing, it'd be fine.
I was unaware of that.
Nice little idea, wing protectors, you know, if you have like the reverse core, the lost foam cores you're not using, good wing protectors.
That's a 4-stroke Steve's got that Saturday. I didn't see him doing the hourglass. You didn't see him? I had to talk to him. that, you have to do it, right? Winnie, he's got thirds wrapped up in junior.
What a guy, what a guy. What a guy, I'm telling you.
It's actually second on beginner junior.
Now this guy here knows all about tiger cats, right?
Oh, I know.
All about tiger cats.
Well, I don't know if I know all about it. I do know that yours is one of the best looking ones I've ever seen.
I'll pay you later. Put that on my credit card.
Wendy, he was telling me that when he was flying on the carriers, it was a matter of pride that they were dirty all the time. They didn't clean them. Is that right? Yeah, it's just like a Navy boot. The boots, you see, you know how you differentiate other than the golden wings in the tech. And Navy pilot from any other pilot, look at the boots. They're not polished. They're not polished whatsoever. I mean, they don't even have. I mean, they look like a worker, hard workers. I mean, you don't even put any wax or anything on it. Anything. You look at the book because it's a fire hazard, actually. But Air Force guys, you see them shiny and looking and look. How pretty, right. You put all how pretty my boots.
Well, they're woozies, huh? They're woozies.
Oh, yeah, one, they're finding out. You got a baby shot. Want to take a look at it? Open the back, guys. Probably got a PD 067 on it. Oh, diesel. Yeah.
Well, help me sell some kits. When put it on your next deal.
Free advertising, free advertising. Never turn down a free advertisement. Unless you like being poor the rest of your life. Look at me. Could happen.
I teach school. I am poor.
Now what are these, European kits? Yeah. Tell me what they are. I'm not familiar with this. Hank de Jong, I know. These are models from Europe?
Yeah.
And we know, obviously, Klaus is playing.
Klaus, Hank de Jong. These are his photos that he sent me, and this is my current build right here. This is where I am on it. I built these. Hank sent me these pictures, and I built this.
Is this one of the kits here we could take a look at? Laser cut?
This is the U2 that we're going to be giving away at the contest here.
Full laser cut?
Yeah.
Oh, nice wood. All right.
Kyle Tankersley did it up in Dallas. He's going to be kitting all these for me.
Cool. Get so used to looking at laser cut, you wonder if anybody's ever going to not let. You almost have to advertise it's not laser cut.
Oh, this one's nice. Well, that's my Skyrider.
Is that one of the kits too?
Yeah, but I'm not going to market that because Kim Doherty up in Canada, he's got the total original blueprints on that, and he's not going to let go, but he said he would get it. And that's my...
Where is your phone number? So if people want to pick
here.
one of these up. Phone number is
337-477-7948, Lake Charles, Louisiana.
Okay, email me at jhand@mail.mcneese.edu. Some nice unusual stuff.
Well,
We talked about this on the phone several times, I know, but I didn't see how far along you were. Cool.
It's a different twist.
Oh, I don't know. But you may be right. No, no, this is not bad.
Oh.
That's only 40,000.
Oh.
Looks like we're gonna get us a Houston rainstorm here.
Yep, it's coming, baby. I feel the rain already. Actually, we do have a little rain on our Tootsie Frujuskis here. It is raining. Believe it, it's bright and sunny, but it's raining. Look at this flying lessons going on here.
John, thank you.
For what?
I appreciate you getting me out of the chair.
Getting you out of the chair.
Getting me out of the chair.
Oh, yeah.
Now that we're enforcing the builder to fuel pump rule here. Are you sure you comply? You fuel your own plate. You start it yourself? You make Grandpa start it? Let him cut his finger, right? Who cares? He's got a lot of money for a bandage. All right, baby. What are we waiting for? The judges?
Yep.
Okay, baby.
Cut himself 8 times last week on the prop.
All right.
I may end up flying B's airplane anyway, so I can have
Now, when you're done, I want to fly it because I want to win this event. I need to add this to my resume. So when I go for my next job, they say, did you ever win Houston Beginner Stunt? I'll let you start it and launch it for me if you let me fly it. It could be good on your resume someday. I launched Wendy's plane. Look at this. I can remember people do it. Look at this. Look at this. Grandpa, just get out of here, Grandpa. Now bring it up. Bring it up. Now go to the back of the back of the. Look at this guy. I'm telling you. There you go. Got it.
So for beginners and people that crank them a lot, that's what we put together. A little old barn. But this may be unorthodox. Fly, we'll see what you can do, what y'all are doing with those planes. Or maybe you could look at it. 2/3 of these people have this flying. And that'll be a time to bring it out and call somebody, me or anybody.
Whoa, there's a midair.
You gotta give him a signal.
Okay, you're gonna be on video, so do it well, baby. You gotta learn to work under pressure.
That'll be for Grandpa, enough of that.
You're okay, I don't care what Al Raby says about you. Start that kid's motor. Come on, Ryan. Ah, the aesthetic beauty of the most beautiful plane in the world, the Brodak Cardinal. This unprejudiced view given to you by none other than Mwindi Ertnowski, famous Ukrainian stunt pilot, now living in the USA. All right, boy, it's great to see. See, the part of this that I really enjoy is seeing so many people flying. Brodak Cardinals, enjoying them, learning how to fly, learning the pattern. It's the perfect choice for grandpa and grandson. And when I have grandson, I'll buy him a Brodak Cardinal. I'll see if he can do the Lazy 8. That looks like how you land the RV6.
Nice up, nice up, nice up. And it's coming down, I do that. I pull it from behind, and I fall. That probably wasn't enough laps.
Hooray! Model planes.
Alright, we're over here.
Yeah, the same thing, except this, yeah. Same exact thing.
Okay.
You're up, big guy. Alright. Alright, fly good. Are you gonna go out there with him? Yeah. Oh, you got it. Yeah, so you do your business. Back over there, right in that area.
Rich hasn't had a lot of luck in convincing him to put up the safety net here, but boy, does that bring back memories when I was that young. Believe it or not, I was not born 40 years old. I was that young at one time.
There you go.
Hey! Come on, Juan. Woo! Woo!
Yeah.
Hey! Woo! Oh, look at this, look at this, look at this. Oh, yay! Now that's what I call pulling back on the handle. Whoa! They should let him fly that jet speed plane. Come on, get your fat behind out of the field. You kid, you're ruining the kid's act. Get that arthritic old man off the field. Oh, he's pulling a windy, holding on with two hands. Look at those muscles. Look at that, unbelievable. Woo!
Good job, Juan.
Woo!
Just hold it there.
Hey! All right. Take a bow.
Next year, something with flaps and a Super Tiger 46.
There you go. And put more gas in it. He had some mileage left in him.
You have enough gas?
Get him a 6-ounce tank.
And I'm following you.
So Ryan, what did you get me for lunch?
I don't get paid for this.
What's on the menu for me?
Hey, Richard.
I'll tell you what.
What does he buy you, a bologna sandwich? You sit out in the sun with him all day, you get a bologna sandwich? But that's less than Al Raby pays his pit crew. The Bearcat crew is all losing weight.
I'm gonna butter him up and come down and ink my airplane for me.
Yeah, I was going to.
Ink it.
I haven't told him yet.
We basically heard.
He'll do a great job.
I'll fly up and get him and lift him up. I'm flying the airplane down.
Did the stairs slip and spill?
The more work you can get him to do, the better the plane will be. Give him to build the whole thing.
Get him down there in that shop. Don't let him out.
Get him working, boy. He's got some miles left in him. Squeeze those miles out.
Get that chain and ball to his leg.
Handcuffs. Handcuffs. He just can't get out of the shop and get the food.
Not enough ink lines out. Dinner for you tonight.
More rivets. More rivets. Oh,
Like those
gee.
Chinese laborers would be lucky. Change
Right now,
his
Millennium out there.
Yeah, I walked over and I filmed it.
He's changing the subject.
Oh, here we go. I sense a diversion in topic here.
Oh yeah.
Oh, man.
Got close to the ground.
What is that Frank Williams prop?
One of Frank Williams'
Oh, yeah. We saw these.
Yeah, we showed this last year.
Yeah, they're a little loud, but they work good, right?
Yeah.
But they're thin. They always.
If you hadn't it's a 40 on the end, it's turning to it's a 12+ inch prop.
Wow, that's pretty neat. You have two of these? I could put them on my Tiger Cat.
You might talk to Frank.
Yeah. Frank makes a lot of cool stuff.
Yeah, and then he's got a one that's a wide blade.
That's the one I saw. It's even wider here.
Yeah, it's about-
and it has like the little pointy tips.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of cool stuff, no doubt
Yeah,
about
we
it.
referred to that one as the Evinrude.
The Evinrude, yeah. Mercury outboard.
Yeah.
If you're going bass fishing, you can take Frank's propeller for a spin. What cruel people we are.
Hey,
Oh,
he's
man.
sanctioned contest. But I didn't know if you'd ever seen one of them.
No, yeah, I saw him fly it. It worked pretty well.
He worked real good. This is something that I
Yes, that's a good idea. Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
instead of using just.
The more you can spread that load out, the better it'll be. If you could make the nose out of aluminum, it'd even be better.
Well, no, but the thing is, you know, the pad.
Yeah,
I just put the angle piece, so and
it's gotta make it better.
It's not going to vibrate.
Nope. The more you can kill that vibration, the better it is.
They think I'm out. After they out one loose, I had no problem. They thought it was fun.
Keanu, I bet y'all got a whole lot.